Welcome to your February 2025 rune reading, the free preview. The full reading will be available on my Substack, the link to which I will pin in the comments down below. The deck I am using is made by Freya Aswin. And if you are interested in purchasing these runes, I will put the link in the description box below. Now, off to the reading. The card that I pulled for the dominant energies is Eihwaz, which is a difficult and generally unpleasant rune to appear in a reading, especially when it is the center rune, meaning this is the dominant energy around which all other energies of the other runes will be circling. The surrounding runes, they can strengthen or lessen the unpleasant influence of this rune. The rune is often used in runic magic to protect oneself from the influences of malignant spirits. And when it comes up in a reading, it is a sign that this influence is present in one's life or in one's situation. As this is a general reading, we have to look at it from a non-personal point of view. It is the same rune that I pulled for the year 2024 and the forecast that I did with Fiona Edgar on YouTube. In 2024, we had a lot of unpleasantness happening, a lot of Renfielding, as Thomas Sheridan would call it. But with not really such an unpleasant ending. And yeah, I do consider President Trump's opposition against wokeism a positive thing. And that is regardless of what I otherwise think of the man. So this rune, in a general reading, can be interpreted in this way, that there will be a long and arduous journey ahead that will largely be unpleasant. It will test you, and there will be unexpected obstacles in your path that you most likely will not see coming. With this rune, when it is pulled, it is a warning that the Renfielders, as Thomas Sheridan coined the term, will be flaring up left and right. They will be vicious, but they are also mindless. The people most likely to be Renfielding are always NPCs, who are inhabited by something less than a human soul, and they are not worth being afraid of. Seeing how most, if not all of them, react when anything that happens that falls outside of their predictive programming, that's really all the proof we need if you want to test how easy it is to terrify the species. The Renfielding is proof that they are more afraid of a human than a human ever needs to be of them. But that doesn't mean that they are not annoying and troublesome, because most of them do and will cause trouble for you when given the opportunity, and they need very little impetus for it. Just remember the lockdown times. All they need is a talking head on the TV to tell them to flare up, and they will. The best way to deal with them is to not deal with them at all. Simultaneously, you might notice an increased spirit activity during this month, because it's just not just the ones that are inhabiting the human-looking husks. When they are piping up, the incorporeal ones are too. And this too is best dealt with by giving it as little attention as possible. Never react in fear, and the less emotion you give them in response, the better. We humans have always lived alongside the spirit world. It has never not been a part of our world and part of our human experience. It is only in recent and modern times that we have forgotten this. And I've also forgotten that this is something that can be mitigated with great success. Some people have their own way of dealing with it by simply standing firm and setting boundaries, both with people and with any potential spirit. Others find more comfort in ritual. And whatever it is that is working for you, well, that is the thing that works for you. There is no cut in stone manner of dealing with the spirit world, because the spirit world simply doesn't operate the same way as our 3D mundane world, mundus, works. Never let anybody tell you that their way is the only way. If it works for you, then that is the thing that works for you. The only thing that matters is the result. And whenever you find what works for you, well, that is how you build up your own strength for the future. You found something upon which you can build upon. at the end of it, you walk away with more wisdom and more knowledge, a better sense of self. You'll be more aware of your strengths and weaknesses, which ultimately can only ever lead you to make better decisions for yourself. But the path to self-knowledge is never easy, and it is never fraught with frivolous things. That was the reading. And as I said, the full reading can be found on my Substack, link in the comments. And I thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a very pleasant day.